everyone. Today, we will be walking you through Surgent CMA review and showing you how to get started and make sure that you are on the fastest path towards passing and being prepared to take that CMA exam. So the first thing that will happen when you log in is you'll see the welcome screen. You'll go ahead and click next here at the bottom of the screen, and then you'll set up your exam date. We want to find out, when are you planning to sit for this exam? So let's just go ahead and put March 31st. We'll click next. Then we set up our study schedule. So you can choose which days of the week you study. And this is going to impact what recommendations we're making for how much daily time you should spend studying. So right now, I'm going to go with Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I can study 4 days per week, and then I'll click next. And now we see the different phases of Surgent CMA review. The first phase involves your assessment. You will complete the assessment and get a baseline understanding of your strengths and weaknesses so that you know what you need to spend the majority of your time studying as you prepare for this exam. So after that assessment, then you move into that study phase we just talked about, and you work on improving your ReadySCORE. And we'll talk a little bit more about the ReadySCORE in just a moment. And after that, you will move into study plus essay problems. So as you know, you have the multiple choice questions that you'll be studying for, but then also there are a few essay questions on the CMA exam as well, and we'll help you get prepared for those too. And then finally, we move on to the practice phase. This is where you have completed most of your studying, but now we're going to do some practice exams, and we're just going to be going over a few quick refreshers as we prepare to take the actual exam to make sure we haven't forgotten anything over the last few weeks that you've been studying. From there, you'll click Let's Go. And now we get to this assessment. You'll notice it has 150 questions. You do not have to complete all of them in one sitting. So maybe take a few days to a week and go ahead and complete those questions. And then you can just click Start to get started. And you will notice down here that some of the sections that are included in the exam that you'll be studying, they're currently locked. And that is because you have not yet completed the assessment yet. But once you complete that, you'll be able to see all of that information. And so now I'm going to go to another screen that shows you what that will look like. So the first thing that we're going to do just to get started is explain some of your dashboard and what you'll be seeing here. So here, as we noted, our exam date is March 31st. Here, we're showing the study schedule. And so what we're noting here is that our system gives you a personalized recommendation. So we're telling this user that they need to study 62 minutes per day, each of these 3 days per week that they'll be studying in the system leading up to March 31st in order to get their ReadySCORE up to where we believe it needs to be in order for them to pass the exam. Now, that ReadySCORE, you'll notice we have 2 scores here. The one on the left is your multiple choice question ReadySCORE. The one on the right is your essay problem ReadySCORE. You need to be able to be proficient in both of those in order to get the score that you want on the exam. Now, what score is that in our system? Well, we recommend that users get a 77 or higher on their ReadySCORE in the CMA version of the review course in order to be ready to pass the exam. Now, that will ensure that you are at a proficient level where you can pass comfortably because we don't want you to just be on the edge. So that when you get that 77 in our system, that's letting you know that you are on track to get a passing score on the exam. Now, what you'll notice here is that there are a couple of different ways that you can study. You can utilize our daily surge up here, or you can use a structured method of studying by going category by category. We leave that up to you, but I will let you know that the daily surge is the recommended way, and that's the fastest way to do it. And here's the reason for that. We personalize all of these boxes to you. So the practice questions that you're getting in your study session, the videos that we're recommending that you watch, and the essay problems that we're giving you are based on your performance. We're going to have you improve on those weaknesses. We want you to focus on studying and reviewing the content where you're not doing as well first, and then we can sprinkle in more content related to what you already know. But honestly, from a percentage standpoint, If you think about it, if you already know that 2 plus 2 is 4, you don't need to watch a long video about simple addition. And so we're not going to be recommending that that's one of the first things that you work on. And so we're going to help you improve on those weaknesses by utilizing the daily surge. So you can click in here to work on some practice questions. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and just click here to start a set of 10 practice questions. So now I see my question. I'm going to read it, and then I'll go ahead and select my answer and click submit. It tells me that my answer was correct. And so now I'm going to move on to the next question. I'll read that one. Now I'm going to select my answer and click submit. This one, though, it was incorrect. So it shows me that my answer was incorrect. It's marked here in red. The correct answer will be highlighted in green. Over here, we will provide an explanation of what the correct answer is and how you could have gotten that. But then over here, we will also provide you with links to videos that can be helpful in understanding this concept, as well as glossary terms. So maybe you missed this question because you don't have a great understanding of capital budgeting. So let's go ahead and take a look at capital budgets, and you can quickly see a lot of information that is relevant to understanding capital budgets here for you. Now, the other thing that you can do is watch videos. So maybe another reason that you didn't get this question, it talks about cash flows. So maybe I need to understand the discounted cash flow analysis. So let's go ahead and click here to watch that video. Now, what you'll notice is that we have the PowerPoint here, as well as the person delivering the lecture there. We have a transcript of everything that's being said here. And then also, if you click on this paperclip icon, you'll see two attachments. One of them is a PDF of the PowerPoint slides. The other one, though, says VLN, and that stands for Video Lecture Notes. If we click that, then we can open up a set of notes, and you'll notice that we have these notes populated for every video in our system. And so what we do is, even though you can take notes on your own, we provide you with a recap of everything that was covered in that video. What were the main points that we were trying to stress? And so you can see that type of information here in these notes. And so that's something that can be very helpful to you. So that is one thing I wanted to make sure you all were aware of. Now we will go ahead and exit the video. Now we're back in our question session, and I'll exit the, actually before I exit the session, let me show you one more thing. Let me go to next question. Let's say you look at this question and you don't have a clue what the answer is. So you have to answer something. So we're just gonna say collusive, but this really isn't based in anything. I have no clue what the answer is. So instead of clicking submit, what I want you to do is mark it as guessed. Now, if you were 70 to 80% sure, not 100%, but you're 70 to 80% sure, just go ahead and answer that like normal. But if you're just taking a wild guess and you have no clue, go ahead and mark it as guessed. Now, the reason we do this is even if I had gotten this question correct, the system would not give me credit for it. And that's important because we don't want to trick the system into thinking we know content that we don't. The system is designed to help you improve on your weaknesses and improve on the areas that you're not familiar with. And so mark it as guessed if you really don't know. And that way our system will still make sure we're guiding you towards this type of content and learning this type of information, even if you get the question correct. So that's one thing to be aware of there. So I'm going to go ahead and exit the session and show you the other way that you can study. So if you want to take a more structured approach, then you can utilize these individual content categories. So this covers each of the sections that are included on part 2 of the CMA exam. So one of the things that you can see here is when we go to look at financial statement analysis, you can either study questions as a whole by clicking here. You can select the number of questions that you want or the number of essay problems, and you can utilize your study method. We recommend the adaptive method. This is going to give you a mix of different question types, new and old, because we want to make sure that we're keeping all this content fresh. If you miss questions, let's see if we can give you a chance to demonstrate that you've learned how to get this correct in the future. So that's our primary recommendation, but you might only want to see new questions sometimes, or you might only want to see questions that you missed last time. So we give you a few different options there, but you'll select that study method, then click begin session. Now, another thing that you can do though, in addition to watching all the videos for this statement or doing practice questions for anything from financial statement analysis, you can also drill down and see a little bit more detail. So I'm going to click anywhere in this box and notice it drills down to categories. Not category 1 drills down into 1A all the way through 1D. And I can see how I'm performing in each of these subcategories. So if I want to get this 51 ReadySCORE up for financial statement analysis, where should I be spending my time? It's not in 1A. I have a 95 there. I'm doing really well in basic financial statement analysis. If I want to improve my scores, I need to come down here to financial ratios and profitability analysis and see if I can get these scores that are in the 30s up into that 70 to 80 range. And so if I wanted to do that, if I wanted to work on financial ratios, I can click this pencil icon to study those questions, or I can click the play button to watch videos on this topic. Now, one other thing you'll notice, I just clicked in 1B. If there is a section that has a couple of hundred questions in it, more than likely it's going to have additional subcategories. So if you wanted to drill down even further, you see that 1B now drills down into 1B1 all the way through 1B5. And so if I'm trying to figure out how to get this 32 up as quickly as possible, I can drill down here and say, you know what, this 0 is dragging my score down. Maybe I should go into market and do some practice questions there, or watch some videos there and try to get that to boost my score up. So that's one way that you can go through these individual categories. Eventually, you'll start to notice that your scores will increase there, and they will turn green. You can see here, even for professional ethics, an overall score of 82, but then when you drill down, you see a 92 in business ethics, 87 in ethical considerations for the organization, but then this 66 is bringing it down just a little bit in ethical considerations for management accounting professionals. And so this just gives you insight so that you can make sure that you are studying and focusing your energy on the areas that are most needed. So I hope you find that helpful. Now, once we move into the essay phase, this is where we will come and look at the essay questions. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on one of them just so you can see a sample. This is a sample of the essay question. Now, notice up here, there may be some additional things you have to look at. So you have the situation that they're describing there. You have some exercises that you have to complete. You have to type your essay response there and there. So these are a few of the areas that you'll need to work on for the essay questions. So I'm going to exit out of here. Just wanted to show you a sample of that. The other thing that you can do is take a practice exam. We talked about that practice phase. Click here to take a practice exam, and this will mimic the screen that you will see for the CMA exam at Prometric. As a note, you will have 100 multiple choice questions and 2 essay questions. And so that's where you will go to take that. You'll click Start Exam and go right into that as well. So now I'm going to click the back button and show you a couple of other features that we have here. If you're using multiple versions, let's say you're not only doing strategic financial management, but you're also studying for the other section, this is where you would toggle back and forth between the 2 different sections of the CMA exam review up there in that box. Then if you click this document icon, you can access the glossary, the textbook, the podcast, and when the podcast, we're referring to kind of the audio recordings of the video lectures. You can also access your notes. And then if you click, it looks like a little person reading a book. If you click there, then you can see your diagnostic report. And so here you see your initial ReadySCORE, how much time you have remaining to study, as well as your best topics, your worst topics, and things of that nature. And then you can also view your session results log. So with this, it allows you to go in and say, okay, back here on this date, I studied 5 questions. I got 1 correct and I missed 4, but I don't remember what they were. Let's go ahead and view them. So here I can see the questions that I missed. I can also look at the average amount of time that I'm spending per question. But now I want to go back. I can either review an individual question or I can click review all. And this takes me back to those screens where I say, okay, I got this incorrect. Here are some resources that I can look at to try to get those correct in the future. So I'm going to return to our results, return to the dashboard. We also have gamification available as well. So if you look here, you can earn badges and get points for doing things like setting your exam date, watching videos, completing practice exams, things of that nature. So if that's something that's of interest to you, we do have that by clicking on that star icon. So that is a quick overview of everything that you really need to know about utilizing Surgent CMA review and really getting started and getting on the fastest path towards increasing your ReadySCORE and being prepared to pass the exam. So we hope you found this helpful, and we wish you the best as you move forward with studying for your exam. Have a great rest of your day.